everyone. Thank you for stopping by and giving me some of your time today. This is going to be a new project. I'm excited and nervous. The project is Panning Cats and Dogs. It was created by Deb B and Dannie Loves Makeup. I will have all their information down below, as well as all the rules. Well, they don't have rules. They're very laid back, which is why I'm jumping in. And I love the ladies. I love them so much. I love their friendship. It's so cute. It's hilarious as well. If you haven't seen their videos when they're together, you're missing out. Okay, so it starts on the day you're watching this, October 22nd, and that is Make a Dog's Day. Let me pull up everything because I know I'm going to forget things. So it's October 22nd to October 22nd. It's a rolling style, roll in as many or as few prompts as you would like, monthly updates, and the thumbnail is created by the lovely Deb B. There are, let's see, how many prompts? I know there's new prompts in here this time. They took some out and put some new ones in. We have 30 prompts plus the bonus. The bonus prompt is helping hands pause donate. You can donate to your local shelter. It doesn't have to be giving money. It can be giving towels, blankets, trash bags, dog toys, cat toys, food. All the things that a shelter needs is basically everything you have for your own pet. So if you have extra things lying around and not going to use it, don't throw it out. Take it to your local pet shelter. I do that at least once a year. My dad and I get together and we no longer give them the used towels. We actually go out and buy brand new towels for them, as well as trash bags and little things here and there. We also will donate. He'll do a dog food bag and I'll do a cat food bag, or vice versa. We just basically come together, we get all the things, and we'll go to our local shelter and drop it off every year. We have both gotten our animals from the same shelter. It is a humane society. What else? Oh, and I used to get, I'm getting the cat lady box still. But I used to get the different dog boxes. And sadly, my dog, she might be medium, but her mouth is small, so she can't ever do the dog toys. So I just kept holding on to them and putting them into a basket, and then I donate them to the shelters. The cat toys, I usually have to go out and buy. And I don't mind spending money to give them. I just love helping animals. Every time I follow them on like Facebook and on Instagram, and every time I see that there's an animal that's up for adoption, it just breaks my heart. I want to go and rescue all of them. I love all the animals. I also follow lots of sanctuaries, like where they have cows, pigs, sheep, llamas, everything, and I just love them all. And I'm like, my dream is to own a huge land and then have it turned into an animal sanctuary. And I don't care what kind of animal it is, if you need a helping hand, because you know, people are cruel. So I would love to rescue all the poor animals that are, you know, being treated wrongly and that are, you know, on the streets with no love and no food and all that stuff. So that's my dream. I know it'll probably never happen because I have no money. But it's a dream. My dad and I both keep talking about it, like someday we'll just have to have our own little sanctuary for all the animals. I even call, like when we drive past we have a lot of cows out here where I live now. And I'm always like, oh, look at the big puppies. Yes, I call cows puppies. I love cows. They're so cute. So anyways, oh, and when they moved, like we have a pasture we go by every time. I'm like, where's the cows? Where'd the cows go? I freak out. I'm like, why are the cows gone? Every time. So yeah. I have a huge heart for animals. I really do. And my shirt says it all. I don't know if you can read it. It says, I like animals more than people. It's totally true. I got this from, what is this brand? It's an animal. I'll put the link in the description. What am I hitting? In the description box, it's where when you buy a shirt, it gets donated to multiple animal charities. So if you're interested in buying fun animal loving t-shirts and giving, you can go to that link. All right, I think I rambled way too much. You get the gist of it. I put all the prompts into Tiny Decisions. Oops. Oh, I want to thank Deb B and Dannie for bringing this back because I was having serious FOMO last year while I was watching. I'm like, this is such a fun project. It's so cute. I love seeing everybody's pictures of their pets and then hearing their stories. I could like watch a whole hour long of everybody's pet stories. Like, just give me all the information about your animal and how you found them and what their personal. I'm like, I could sit through hours of that stuff. I love it. All right, Amy, shut up. Okay, in the tiny wheels. Unfortunately, it's only giving me the prompt, not really like the whole slew of what the prompt means. So I'll have to like go and look up what the prompt means. I didn't think this through. So let's see. We're gonna bring in 5. Sorry for the ring light. We got ID tags, a product that starts with the first letter of your name. Okay, that's interesting. And this one actually had all of the information. Woo woo. Me and my raising the roof. I have a hair. Now let's get our second prompt. We got Chihuahua, a product the beauty community can't stop yapping about. That one makes me laugh every time someone reads it. Love it. And 3. Oh, man, I need to do, can I do that with this? Prevent rerolls. There we go, no repeating results. Okay, my bad. Gotta go again for number 3. Boop. A product you use on your nose. Highlight, pore strips, contour, etc. I love that. I'm always going boop to my animals. And when I see pictures of animals with their nose like right up in the camera, I'm like boop to the phone. I know. I need help. Number 4. I did prevent rerolls. Why is that having an issue? Apparently it's really happy for... All right, I'm gonna remove the ones I've already gotten. All right, I took everything out that I have already, so no more rerolls. And this is the 4th one. Labrador and Golden Retrievers, hunting dogs, a product that you had to hunt down or was hard to find. Fun fact, for most of my life, I only had Labradors. And then when I got Abby, the dog I have now, I had to downsize because with my chronic pain issues, I can't control a bigger dog, but man, Labradors are the best. I've always wanted a Golden Retriever, but sadly I'm allergic to them. But, love. If I have time, by the way, I plan on doing my 3 pets I have now, but also if we have time as we go, I want to talk about my past pets. So maybe you'll get to see some of my Labradors, or at least one. All right, so lab. Last one. Oh, you know what? Should I just pull in that as my 5th, or do I do 6? Do I do 5 or 6? Can I handle 6? We're gonna do 6. So we're gonna do one more roll, and if that roll isn't the best of breeds, which is where you get to talk about your pet, I'll just bring that one in, and I'll do that one maybe every other month. I'll bring in another one of my pets, because I've had a lot of pets in my life. So Labrador was the last one, and now let's see what we get next. Scratching post, any nail product. Okay, I'm also gonna do best of breed, and that's where you talk about your pet, and it says that you can bring in your most loved product. I think I'm gonna try to find products that kind of go with my animals, like their personalities or something, their name, something. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna go find my products for ID tags, Chihuahua, boop, and Labrador / Retriever, and scratching post. I already have an idea for what I'm bringing in for my first pet. So I will be right back. It will be just a snack before you see me again. Alrighty, we're back. It took me a little bit to figure some of these out. The first prompt got me. So we got ID tags, and that's to find a product that starts with the first letter of your name. My name's Amy. I didn't do a huge search because, you know, who has that time? I ended up finding a sample perfume. This is the Guerlain Paris, and the name is Aqua Allegora, and it's a Mandarin Basilic. I don't know if this is what it is. Here, that's what I'm going to be using. It's never been used. I just sprayed it on the card to get a scent of it. I don't think this tells me what the... It says a luncheon on the grass on a riverbank, biting into a tangy fruit, listening to a bird song. That tells me nothing. I will try to look up the scent notes and I'll put them on the screen. I want to use this up. I have way too many little samples. So we're going to use that one up. The next prompt we had was Chihuahua. I never could say it normal. And that is something the community never stops yapping about, something like that. Well, in the panning community, it seems to be Mac. There's other brands, but Mac is a huge brand that gets talked about a lot, at least by the people I watch. So I decided to bring in a Mac single. This is one of their sparkler eyeshadows from, I think, last year's holiday set, and this is Don't Burst My Bubbly. So it looks like that. And then we open it. Looks like that. Now it looks a lot more gold in the pan, but when I swatched it, it's really a topper. Like there's no major pigment to it. It's like just glitters, very fine glitters. So I think this will be a very pretty topper, and a lot of my eyeshadow roulette palettes could use this topper, so this will get a lot of use. Oh, for the most part, unless I say otherwise, I'm bringing things in for only 5 uses because I don't wear makeup very often. I want to get through as many of the prompts as possible, and it does take me time to get through things. So it might sound lame, but trust me, things are not going to roll out that easily. So there's the Chihuahua. The next one was Boop, and that is a product that you can put on your nose. I am going to bring in Keys Soul Care Gleam On Highlight Balm in the shade Transcendence. Speaking of, hi baby, what's up? Not gonna come to me? You don't trust me because of yesterday? No. Alright. Sassy just came to say hello, but yesterday I picked her up when she came over, so now she doesn't trust me. Oh, did you notice that I put Pluto barrettes in my hair? I know they don't really go where they, like with any of this, but I'm like, I have Pluto hair stuff. Anyways, Transcendence is the name of this. Hasn't even come out of the package yet. This is the, I love her packaging. And this is, I've only swatched this. I've never actually used it. And this I'm going to actually probably use just for my nose. I don't know. I might use it for my cheeks too. It's right in the center. I'm bringing in another highlight is why I'm saying that. But then again, I could always put the cream down first and then the powder highlights after. Don't need this anymore. So that's coming in for boop. And then next is Labrador Golden Retriever, which is hunting dog. So something you've had to hunt down or was hard to find. Well, I really wanted Pat McGrath blushes, but I didn't want to pay the full price. So I was hunting down on Macari, at TJ's, all that, and it took a while. I found like 2 on Macari for a really good price. And then I started finding her blushes at TJ's quite often. So now I have like 5 of her blushes, and I'm gonna bring one of them in for this prompt. This is her Skin Fetish Divine Blush in Desert Orchid. Why can't I get the words? So that's her usual packaging. Oh my god, I have carpet. Oh, that was tragic. I'm dropping things like crazy lately. It's very annoying. I can't get it open. Okay. And this is what it looks like. I have not used it yet. This just came out of my basket of new products I brought in and haven't used. So let's give this a swatch. Put it over here. Ooh, yeah, this is a good color for this time of year. And that would look really pretty. All of these look really pretty together. So we're gonna bring this in for 5 uses. I have a couple of blushes in projects right now. And making, you know, trying to decide which one I'm going to use has been real fun. I don't make decisions very well. All right, and the next one is Scratching Post, a nail product. I was going to bring in nail polish, but I'm like, I have not been painting my nails. And my nails are getting real beat up. So I decided to bring in my NCLA treatments, So Rich Vitamin E infused cuticle oil. I think I've used this once. Only once. I got it out of a subscription box, probably a BoxyCharm. So I want to use this 5 times. The fun part will be me remembering to do that. So there's that. And now for Best of Breed, the first pet I'm going to talk about is my pup, Abbey Rose. I named her after my favorite Beatles album, Abbey Road. Everybody's like, you're naming her Abbey Road? I'm like, no, Rose, as in the flower. You know, it goes with it. My pup was at the shelter. I was actually looking for any what is it? You know, the ones that you can't be allergic to. And sadly, mostly the dogs there were pit bulls. And I would love to have pit bulls. My cousin has pit bulls. They're sweet. My parents tried to adopt a pit bull, but they're just so strong and elderly, and those with chronic pain probably can't really handle them that well, but they are such love bugs. But after going through all of the kennels, and boy, did I want to take them all, I saw Abby on the other side of the kennels, and that side of the kennels is usually when they just brought them in, so they're not adoptable yet. She was shaking. She was malnourished. I don't know if I'll show the photos of her. I'll show the photos of her when I first met her, and she ran right to me. I kneeled down and she put her paws up on my knee, and then she ended up putting them on my shoulders like she gave me a hug. She won me that moment. I'm like, you're mine. You're my pup. We're gonna have the best life ever together. Sadly, because she was just brought in, there's the rule where you have to wait like 10 to 14 days, I think, to make sure that the owners don't come finding her. Though I was like, if this is how they treated her, you can see her ribs, then they don't deserve her. But, you know, law. And then, so I went back like 3 times just because I felt horrible. I'm like, my poor girl, she thinks that I don't want her and I'm just leaving her. And then they end up putting her in a kennel with 3 smaller dogs. And she was just cowered in the corner until she would see us, like me and my dad and my mom. And then she would come up and be like, oh, I know you guys. I know you guys. And we would take her out and spend some time with her in the yard. So I didn't want to just like wait until I can take her home. I kept going back and visiting her because I didn't want her to feel like we left her. Then we had to wait for her to get her chip and spayed and all that. It was the longest freaking time to get this dog. I wanted her so bad. And it was around, I always go on around Valentine's Day that week because they usually will take the adoption fee away, or it'll be like $10. So that's when I usually go to adopt my animals. So we got her home. I was living in a rental and they wouldn't allow me to have dogs. So I knew I was looking for a house to buy. So my mom and my dad was like, yeah, we'll hold her, we'll keep her at our house, take care of her until you find a house. So I went and stayed with them for like the first 2 nights, and she was just ill, very, very ill. She wouldn't, we got her like a dog bed, got her all the things, you know, for her to come home to luxury. So she got into her bed and she just curled up into a ball, and you could hear her breathing. It was so like she was struggling. Oh, I was so scared. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't get up to go eat. She wouldn't get up to get any drink. So I started bringing it to her. She still wouldn't eat it. And then I started putting water in my palms and she would drink right out of that. And then when she wanted to eat, I'd put some food in my palms and she would eat from that. So I basically hand fed her the first couple of nights. We finally got her into the vet and she had the kennel cold that most shelter animals get, but she was malnourished, so she was dying, basically. So I didn't sleep until she was starting to like get up and do her own thing. I stayed at her side the whole time. My mom was such a sweetheart. She would come out and check on me and stay up with me real late and then go to sleep. And then be like, how about you sleep? And I'll sit with her. So I take like a 3-hour nap. I was at her side the whole time. And when I napped on the couch. So she finally was like, the medications were getting in there. We were starting to get her to eat more. And as soon as we started getting her to like actually eat and the medicine was kicking in, she was a lively, happy puppy. She was about a year old. Then just slowly we were, you know, she attached to us and bonded with us immediately. Like that never happens with animals. It usually takes a week or so with me. From all the dogs I've had, like they're very skittish. They're trying to sniff you out. But I think because I fed her by hand, she basically imprinted on me, as you would say. And we were like that ever since. She's my little shadow. She stayed with my parents for about a year. And then I found a house, so I was able to bring her. But we would bring her over. They would bring her over to my rental every weekend, and she would stay with me for a few hours, and then she would have to go. But I would go to my parents' house more than I ever did before. I wanted to see my dog. So that's the basics I'm going to give you for this update, how I got her and what she was like. Oh, she is a Basenji mix. I don't know exactly what the mix is. We think she might have a little bit of Greyhound in her, or what was the other one? Spritz, something like that, mixed in there with her. We'll never know the real things unless I do a DNA thing on her, but I don't need to know. She's my baby. That's all that matters. So for the product I'm bringing in for her, we call her our little princess, like the whole family. Abby is our little princess. And like whenever we say something like telling her to do something and she decides just not to listen, we're like, well, she is the princess. She's the royalty. We should be bowing down to her. So I'm bringing in the Cinderella Color Pop highlighter in Horse and Carriage. Woo. I've only used this like once or twice. Barely looks used. So this will be used 5 times for Abby. We'll throw that away. And that is everything. I hope I put up some pictures for you of my baby. There will probably be, I might add more pictures of her on the next update if I don't get through all of these, and maybe even if I do get through all of them so I can tell you a little more about her. We'll see. I want to talk more about her because I've only just told you how I got her and the beginning of our friendship. And we've had her now for, ooh, let me look. We've had Abby for 8 years, almost 9. It'll be 9 years in February, so. And she still acts like a puppy. She doesn't act like she's about to be 10 or 11. 11. She's 10 now. She'll be 11. So, she's going to be with me for a long time, I think. And I'm very happy about that. Alrighty, I think that's everything. I am so excited to be part of this, even though it's a prompt-based, and prompt-based usually stress me out because I can't think of what I want to put with the prompts. But so far, I was able to figure things out. If it ends up being like difficult for me to bring things in, I'll just call a friend because I have many of you out there that will help me figure out a product. Once again, thank you, Deb and Danny, for putting this together and bringing it back another year because I so badly wanted to join last year, but I just couldn't do it. But I'm doing it this time, and I'm excited. I don't know how many times I can say I'm excited. I'm excited. So we have 6 products to work on, all 5 uses except for this guy. I want him to be emptied. And yeah. That's all. I might bring in more prompts as we go. I just really want to get all of the all the prompts. But at the same time, I suck at this stuff, so we'll see what happens. This is just the beginning we have all year. Okay, I think that's it. I will have all the information about this project down below. Oh, and this is a Fantastic Ladies collab. So you can go to that Facebook group and sign up for this, get all the prompts. I'll leave that link down below as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by and giving me some of your time today and dealing with my craziness. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel get other people to find me. Also, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to stay. And I hope I will see you in my next video. Later.